Yeah,
Pacquiao's son,
but it.
Pacquiao's son's a fighter too now.
Yeah,
Pacquiao's
he's coming up.
he's coming up. He's being built. So
Jimuel. Yeah.
yeah, Manny might be looking at this and going, you know what, I'm going to get in here and show my son. Now that my son's a real fighter, I want my son to see what I'm doing again. Maybe his son's lost a little respect for him, or who knows. When you're a father like that too, Jimmy, I'm sure you've been through this with your son. There's probably a part of you now that your son's fighting amateur. There's a part of you that wants to get back in the ring just to show your son that you still got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. You kind of miss it, and then you try it, and you realize how fucking far behind the eight ball you are.
Yeah.
But like I said the other day, in my mind, at least at this point, there's no way my son could beat me.
Well, you better get in there and keep polishing up your skills, because
it's just that's something in that mentality. Right now, like I said, I'm not sure I can fucking beat Mike Sawyer now, but I know I can beat my son.
Well,
is that?
Here's the weird thing for me. My son is built bigger than me. Like, I'm a big boy. He's built very, like, I look at him, I'm like, this kid's going to be huge. I'm getting him into jujitsu at 4. I'm pretty sure by the time he's 6, he'll be able to whip my ass. And I've kicked a lot of people's ass.
Not quite that.
Big motherfucker. I'm like, I gotta at least keep the alpha till he's 10, but I don't think it's gonna last much longer. I mean, this cat, and by the way, I'm fine with that. My job isn't to be able to alpha him and beat it.
Well, I think that what Jimmy's saying, I agree with him. Like, even my own son, I wish I could say it that I think he'd whoop my ass, but even my age right now, I feel like, and I think it has something to do with the fact that because we're the fathers. I mean, like, my son may physically could get the better of me, but I don't think he has the same sort of killer instinct or the same. I think that his respect for me is like head to head. I would beat him up because he don't have the mentality I do. And I think Jimmy would be the same with his son. He's not
I worry about him because he doesn't have that mean streak.
Right. And
I see a lot of.
Well, here's the weird thing. This is very.
I had a beach.
This is Animal Kingdom. You guys are talking about old bull and young bull. And, in the animal world, the young bull replaces the old bull from a procreation.
We're worried about these young bulls, ain't shit. That's what we're worried about.
But as the
in a way of putting it, like, they're more sensitive than us old bulls, man.
In the real world, they actually have hunters that come in and shoot the old bulls to free up the young bulls to be able to go do what they do. That's the way it works in Africa when they do these
in the real world. It's funny you say that.
In the real world, but in safari, in the real,
I know what you mean. It's ironic though. Yeah, like, I do.
The buffalo or the rhinos or whatever it is. What you guys are describing is a natural instinct to compare yourself physically against your offspring, and psychologically and physically, and Freud would also say there was a competition for the mother. And so you guys are talking about whipping your son's ass, and when's your son going to whip their ass? And all of you, no matter how old you get, will think that you're going to whip your son's ass, even though it probably isn't true.
I don't know. I feel it like
it's an interesting philosophical debate what we're watching.
It is, but I think we can compare it. Jimmy will be the best to give insight. How did you feel about your father? Put yourself, switch places with your father, Jimmy, in this scenario.
Same groceries. Here's what it is. Here's the difference.
Okay.
I'm not saying he can't beat me. I'm saying he won't beat me.
Right. I get what you're saying. You don't have the same mentality.
Well, Jimmy
would overcome it.
Jimmy
That's the difference.
Of a bad.
He doesn't have that killer instinct.
Dude, you never punched your father in the fucking face, Mr. Killer Instinct. It's just a standard. Like, why would you?
But Jimmy, when you were the same age as your son now, could you fight your dad, or were you intimidated to the point that even though you at 20 you could fight, but were you intimidated by your father? No.
Never would have fought my father. Never would have.
Then
I wouldn't have had the balls.
Then what? You didn't have the killer instinct? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.